and he didn't quite get there. He kind of got blocked behind the 18, and it took
No,
the
19. Shout out Brent Cruz.
Brent Cruz driving that thing.
Fun to watch.
But he kind of got blocked in and ran out of laps. The same thing that happened to Blaney.
Yeah.
The next day, like it's a little bit tougher to make that call on Cup Day because everybody's a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
But Jonathan Astor said, "Hey, bring that thing down here. Let's put 4 tires on it," and that was a hell of a race. You had somebody that stayed out on old tires with Ty Gibbs, Ryan Blaney with 4, and Kyle Larson on 2. And man, Bristol during the day delivered big
awesome,
time.
Man.
But yeah, it was really fun to watch.
Well, people, it's easy to sit there, right, and you don't visibly watch a Cup race and generally see guys out of shape. And people think that because you don't see the cars out of shape that they're not challenging to drive, where these guys are exceptional at their craft. So they are putting these cars on the very edge of not slipping a wheel because then it induces tire heat.
Let's just say, though, they could have been harder to drive the last couple of years.
Absolutely.
So, and now we're getting back to where they're a little bit harder to drive, a little bit more horsepower.
Well,
yesterday,
hard is relative because the less power you have, the more you got to be on the wood, on the edge of the tire, about to bust your butt.
More on the edge.
Yes.
Right, would be what I equate harder to.
Yeah.
One thing that happened in the O'Reilly race was that 91 car started on fire. It was a Mason Maggio. And he parked right behind our pit stop. I'm like, ooh, that thing's on real fire. So he pulls in.
Well, how does something like this happen? Oil line fall off?
Oil line falls off.
Or puts a rod out the side?
Blows up.
Definitely an
I've
oil
seen fires
fire.
this on rubber and hubs. This was an oil thing. But he stops. Our pit stall's like right there. So he stops behind like a 7 box. And Hollywood run over there.
Let me get my camera out. Film this thing.
Yeah, those
guys. It's a big fire.
See Hollywood and another guy get him. An aggressive rip. They ripped this kid right out of the car.
Shout out to them.
Whoa. But yeah, shout out to those guys helping out.
Hey, that's what
Tore his helmet hose.
That's what they put those little things on your fire suit for, on your shoulders to yank you right out.
That's what the straps are for.
Dude, did you see that clip they showed on the Cup broadcast with the Parker Kligerman commented on the guy at Goodwood driving that old car?
Dude, where he got flown out.
Oh
he
my
got just
God.
tossed out of the car.
Dude, what? Yes.
Yeah. And then Tony Stewart won this weekend.
He did.
Mona. Awesome to see Tony having success.
Our friend Austin Prop, they've still working out some kinks. They're having a hard time getting that Ford Mustang out of the first round. He's been.
They'll get it figured out.
But the guy who's driving his car now, Jordan Vandergrift, Bob Vandergrift's kid, is wheeling. I think he lost in the semis maybe, but he took over that funny car and he's gassing it up.
Here's this wreck from Goodwood. He gets her off in the grass.
Dude, what are these cars?
Oh my!
That's not even the one that I saw. That's a different one.
Yeah,
let's run that one back because that is so. This thing is 1920. That thing's probably worth $10 million too. It's one of one.
The worst one I've ever seen in NASCAR recently that didn't get enough attention was Jordan Anderson when he had to get out of the car.
Yeah,
and hit
still
the fence
rolling
and it just
in
kind of.
Talladega.
He was really close to getting squished by the safer barrier.
They don't make them like that no more.
They don't. Before we move on to the dogs of the week, my man James Dean, big James Dean fan. My buddy Scott, crew chief, some.
In Formula Drift, we're bouncing around a lot. You got to preface it.
We're on the Formula Drift. My man James Dean, they ran Long Beach. Really, really cool. They set up on the streets of Long Beach before the IndyCar races and all that. And he qualified. Qualifying's back for Formula Drift. They had gotten rid of it. It's back this year. He qualifies first. Got knocked out early, and he got knocked out in the top 32. That looks so gnarly. Connor Shanahan, Red Bull guy. I love watching Formula Drift because there's just so many different cars because you can kind of build whatever you want. You see a Corvette and a BMW and a Mustang, and there's a Lexus, and there's all sorts of different stuff.
I wonder how it got James Dean, who is it fair to say he's like Jimmy Johnson? What would be his NASCAR comparison?
Yeah, he's the machine. They call him the machine. He's the man.
Yeah. So Jimmy Johnson was a machine in many aspects. I wonder how he would jump in an oval car, a road course car.
So Joey Logano has done a lot of stuff with them because of their Ford relationship with Vaughn, and he said that whenever that guy needs to be racing a lot of stuff.
Really?
And he owns a drift thing in Ireland where he's from, and he's world renowned. He's not just here at Formula Drift. It's just another thing he does.
Okay, we've been bouncing around a little bit, so let's go ahead and just dive into Bristol specifically. We had 3 races, 3 winners between Chris Bell Friday night, Connor Zillich in that one, led by Rodney Childers on Saturday, and then Ty Gibbs, Tyler Allen on the 54 Monster Energy Camry got it done.
Fair or foul? Christian Ecke's move
I didn't like it.
on Corey Heim.
I didn't like it. As a foul.
Yeah, it was either a gross misjudgment and that's where I was kind of watching it back.
Or an accident?
Was Heim kind of checking up to keep him out there? I don't think so.
No.
It was just one of those, they kind of roughed each other up. And Eckes was super aggressive all night. He fired off. I think he won the first stage. He was calling the mail. Super aggressive all night long.
Back and forth. He drove the 62 in the fence later after that. Do all you can do.
Didn't you punch someone?
Oh, yeah, I spun Luke Baldwin right out, dude. Get it.
Why would you add anybody you're going to spin out? Tommy's just going to yell.
That's fine.
He's on his podcast right now.
I'm sure.
They got spun out by a hack.
Superstar. Yeah, sure.
By the hack, spun us out.
Hey, third stage, I was already frustrated. He whistled it off in there, sheared off the bottom, and left the hole, man. It's Bristol.
for it, Skip.
Bumping, rubbing Sons
And he
racing.
turned back down.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Skip.
I know.
Let's hear it.
I know this. If I go whistle it into 3 and shear off the bottom, somebody's going to stick it in there, and you don't shut the door.
So it's two different schools of thought, right? It's you got to know who you're racing. Because I'm sure Luke's never been in those situations, and you've been cup racing. So cup guys know you're going to stick it in there. So they missed it. They go,
Now he knows.
he does not.
Now he does.
They learned a tough lesson.
That was fair. No, I was out of there with 2 to go. When I got spun out by Josh Wise in my first cup race, I sought out and called him as to why he spun me. He felt the reason for spinning me out.
Okay.
Foul. Christian Ecke's right rear hook in the 1. Was it intentional? You can't really judge intent when you're sitting there looking at it, but